Right. Give me a second to get this started. So this is a continuation of last week's stream, which is why it has a pretty similar title. Um, Really sure I can say that's that much different. Uh, yeah, I'll just wait until somebody writes something. Somebody thumbed me up. I'm so grateful. I'm so flattered. I'm gonna do a video this week about some really goofy stuff this broad wrote, and it goes along with the title of the stream where it's this weird sort of push to label anyone that has trouble with romance as if there's something wrong with them. Oh my God, that can't be who I think it is. Rev's sister. Wow, she finally showed up to one of my streams. I must be dreaming. Let me pinch myself so I can wake up from this hallucination I'm having. Yeah, I'll try to do the top 10 Gohan fights at some point this week as well, because I know I've just been sitting on that script. Because usually I'll get the numbers ready for all of the different fights that are in the list, and I'll write out the reasons and then, read it and then record it and edit it and whatnot. Well, it is really late here. I guess you should go to sleep. I don't know why you would be up at such a late hour. I don't know what the hours are over there, so you'll have to specify. Yeah, there's a lot of Dragon Ball stuff I still haven't produced just because it's all like piling up on top of each other. 4 in the morning right now. Oh, that's kind of ironic. It was actually around 4 in the morning when I went to sleep today because what happened was uh, I had fallen asleep earlier than I usually do at like 9, 10, 11 p.m. Then after I woke up, I had a harder time going back to bed. But yeah, it's very dangerous that you're up at such a late hour. I don't know who told you that was a good idea. Yeah, it's very that's not too wise. Apparently, my chat is asleep too. They all vanished. They're gonna play the excuse game. Oh, I would have been there, but I didn't get the notification. I would have been there, but I was up all night. I love it when they do that. They have like 99 reasons why they don't show up. It's very comedic. And it's weird too because I remember when I first proposed doing the streams earlier, there actually were people who were supportive of that idea because when I would stream at 6, a lot of them would say, "Oh, it's very late over here, and I'm so tired. I need to hit the hay. I need to retire." And then after you start doing it earlier, they start disappearing. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Uh, Got off the bus. That's why I was able to catch a stream. I'm heading to a different state right now. The 4 a.m. bus. Well, I didn't say it was Halloween. It doesn't have to be Halloween for someone to be sinister. Hell, most of the nasty comments written to me, which were on the video with the 200,000 views, that was around August, September. So it wasn't Halloween when they wrote the nasty stuff that, accused me of being all kind of different ways. It's very timely to have that picture there. And like I said, in the last couple of years, people just like a combination of people online and some people in the real world have really tried to play this game of uh, it's one thing to attack someone or say something nasty about them because people do that online, but there's been this like weird push to take it further than it needs to go. Like I said, when I would do the political stuff, even to this day, somebody will at most call you stupid, say they don't agree with what you're saying, whatever. And it's only been with the romance stuff that you have these people who try to like use disagreeing with you on that or not liking your view on it and say that you're going to go and do some violent act. Because again, I've done literally over 1,000 political videos, and at no point has anyone said you're going to do something at a school or blow up a building or any of that trash. It's only when you discuss the chick stuff in a way they don't like that they try to play this game of I am so moral and I just briefly glimpsed into the future. I just saw the title. I had no clue you were evil. Yeah, I didn't know either until the year before last. There was this one person who said a lot of these people live boring lives, so they need to feel as if they're witnessing something. Uh, like they're catching early glimpses of some important event that's going to occur, even though they're not. Like they use you as a scapegoat to project their fantasies onto. Because again, like I noticed, I could do a video just talking about the broad situation, and then out of nowhere you get someone mentioning something about violence just completely unrelated to anything I actually said. That's not a coincidence. They've purposely made it to where if you say something they don't like, it has to mean more than it actually does mean. They have to find all these little different um, definitions for things that are not as complicated as they're making it seem. My chat is really asleep. I don't know what happened to them. Remember, they're the ones that love live streams. Oh my God, I love it when you do a stream because I get to interact with you. Yeah. So like people online will like that's the biggest problem for me as a person that does YouTube stuff. You will drive yourself crazy on this website because you'll listen to people who watch your stuff and then they'll respond in a way that doesn't fit what they said. And then you'll just be left there scratching your head, thinking that you should have just done what you thought was right to begin with. I'll never forget that one time I had this guy request some stream on uh, I think it was Dragon Ball, and then he literally didn't even show up. And I was just like, you expect me not to get upset over that? Also, I apologize if you can hear that. People ruin everything. Political views only cause violence. That's why I try to stay away from political conventions, period. Me personally, I'm a liberal, but I know a lot of people that are close to me that are conservative. Well, I mean, with over here, it's not really a different ideology. It's the fact that you have people who are upset that you don't vote the way they do. So, for example, if I say I'm left wing and I don't like Biden and I think he's too right wing, because he's the only person who people believe can beat Trump, because it's usually one of the two major parties that wins. You have people who will supposedly agree with me on the issues, but will still get upset because I won't vote for someone that they're voting for, even though we apparently are both of the same ideology. And they'll blame you if Trump wins. They'll blame you for him winning, even though you didn't even vote for him. And you live in a state that the Democrats have won for over 30 years straight. Just back-to-back victories over here. So if he wins because other states voted for him, that's somehow your fault. Like if he picks up Florida, it's my fault that I didn't vote for the other person in California. So I said over here it's really weird because even people who agree with each other find ways to like have a problem with the other one. But what I was saying was that with political views, I don't have people accusing me of like these deep-seated issues. Like you don't have when I do a political video, for example, I won't have someone come over and go, uh, "I'm this person is scary, and I think he's going to do something violent." It's never happened in the entire 5 years of doing stuff on this website relating to that topic. But if you do a romance video and somebody doesn't agree with that, you know, it just hell breaks loose. They will find 99 different ways to attack you. I could open up my comment section or I could go in my email because those are actually the archives of all the different messages. I've been attacked for the way I look, the way I speak, uh, just all kind of different ways that are, again, not done when I discuss something else. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is really, really loud. Well, I think you're talking about the leftists because they're usually the people that are attacking their own people, like Antifa and the crazy SJWs. Well, I'm not affiliated with either of those groups, but there are a lot of like if I do a video critiquing Trump, I'll get called a Democrat, which I'm not. And then if you do a video defending him, then you get called a Trump supporter by, I guess, other left wing people. Basically, if you take the position of the other side on anything, at all, you're automatically now on the team of the other people. Because in the U.S., we love grouping people into teams. So if you have trouble with getting a date and you're a man, you get lumped in the groups that you're not even affiliated with, because they have whole forums of guys that discuss this topic. But even if you're not on them, if you just say something that sounds like something they would say, you're automatically affiliated with their team, even if you don't speak to anybody that's part of their team or you don't, identify as a member of it. That's why I said I've never seen a group of people who have a monopoly on an opinion. Like imagine if I went around and I said, if you, I don't know, think we should have no wars, you're part of the Justin crew. Like it's weird. But that's why I said over here they have this thing about everyone needs to be part of a team. Even people that don't have anything to do with the groups, because they have an opinion similar to some team, they're automatically in it. So it's the only country in the world where you're automatically in different organizations that you didn't even sign up for. I remember when about 2 years ago they had this one senator who was a Republican, and he would vote with Trump 70-80% of the time, just the majority of the time, right? But because he made some statements that were critical of Trump, like, oh, he says bad things or whatever, people started trying to call him a Democrat. And I'm like, you guys are so stupid. He votes with the Republicans 80% of the time, but because he makes some strong fisted statements, he's part of their group. I heard from my brother a while ago that apparently one person tried to critique your lifestyle even though he didn't know you. Is that really true? Yeah, there was a guy who I was doing a stream about one of these conservative commentators. And again, when I do a stream about somebody or a video about somebody, I put their name in the title so you can know who I'm talking about. He comes on the stream and he says, oh, you're talking about this person again? Get back to the Dragon Ball topics. And I'm like, how the hell are you going to tell me what I should be discussing when you had the option to not watch this? Because, like I said, I've never seen a sub do that before. So every time he would show up, I would say, oh, there's that person that tried to control me. So he got mad and left, which, whatever, because there's a whole bunch of people that just stop watching someone at a certain point, and proceeds to make a video almost a half hour long. It's like 20 something minutes. I still have it on my computer, where towards the beginning of it, he accuses me of being part of one of those romance groups that I don't name because I'm not part of any of them. And his evidence of this is that, oh, he says he's not part of them, but you can tell he lives that lifestyle. I'm like, how the hell can you tell what lifestyle I live from watching a video or a stream that's usually not even a quarter of my day? But yeah, a person who's never met me got mad because he said something dumb, and I kept him on the fact. And I told him I would have stopped saying it if he would just apologize, but he refused to apologize because he claimed it ain't that deep, even though this is coming from the same person who made a video that was almost a half hour long where he grabbed a bunch of clips of mine, which means that even though the video is only half an hour long, it still probably took him over an hour to make the video, to go grab all the different clips. And remember, that's coming from a person who said it ain't that deep. So it's not that deep to apologize, which would take less than a minute. But it is that deep to go make a video that's probably took over an hour to insult somebody. Oh, wow, that's really dumb and very judgmental. Oh, believe me, I have an entire archive. So what happened was I turned off the notifications when I get comments on my videos because they were getting ridiculous. But I have an entire archive of messages from people where they make all these judgments about what my personality must be. Like what if you would have such a different experience with chicks if you didn't wear glasses, all kind of crap. And again, it's all meant to be very judgmental about someone they've never met, because they have to justify to themselves why someone is having such a difficult time with broads. There has to be something wrong with you. But that's what I'm just mentioning that because that's what people do online. They try to find 99 different ways to attack you. I had a guy who your brother was friends with make a 4-minute video talking trash about the chair I'm sitting in. And the video wasn't exclusively about me, but it was, they still spent several minutes crying about somebody's seat. Bader decided to show up. Hey, Bader, you never said if you wanted me to write the full version of that second Goku Black arc, like with remember the second Cell arc? You didn't mention if you wanted to see that, because I had some ideas. He probably has such pride and a high ego to where he thinks he doesn't have to own up to what he did. Yeah, he actually said that it sounded strange coming from a grown man to apologize for something. So apparently once you hit a certain age, you can never, if you're wrong about something, it's better to pretend that you were right about it. So if I call somebody a hoe, for example, and she's never screwed anybody or only had sex with the person she was married to or in a relationship with. Even though I was wrong, because I'm a certain age, I can't say, no, that was my mistake. You can't admit your faults because of reaching a certain age. Like, I've never seen anybody before that person try to make that claim. I will say it now. Go ahead. It would be interesting. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'll try to get to it after doing the second Cell Saga video with all the unique pictures and imagery and whatnot. Didn't wear glasses. Oh my God, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, people actually believe that if you take off, like if you don't wear glasses, there's going to be this metamorphosis in the attraction that people have to you. That's why I said they turn, like they make the things that are simple complicated, and then they make the things that are complicated very simple. Oh, if you just didn't wear glasses, it would you would see this metamorphosis. Hey, if you don't believe me, you can go watch the Discord Snake video. I didn't mention it there, but basically it was this guy I spoke to for 2 years that decided to be a creep and like look up my account, and he only knew my first name, so he went on YouTube until he heard a video with my voice, which is creepy as hell. And he, upon seeing what I look like, because we had talked about the chick stuff at different points, was like, "Oh, I thought maybe is it the glasses?" It's like, yes. I would just be drowning in attention from broads if I just didn't wear glasses. Because I'm the only, we know no man has ever gotten a date that wore glasses. That's never happened before. We're gonna shatter the barrier of the space-time continuum if a man is able to get with a woman while wearing glasses. That has never occurred at any point. That's why I said I'm so done with people online. Can't accept a woman is an angel on this, an angel in disguise. He is too young. He needs to accept that magic women are real. Remember, we know you've been turned down for 10 years, but in the 11th year, there's going to be this broad that flies out of the sky and accepts you for all this stuff, and it, like, just does the complete opposite of everybody. Even though you have no reason to believe that, because year after year you experience the same thing no matter what you did. When you get to this a magic 11th year, it's just going to be the complete opposite. Like, who buys that? But they actually tried to do that, where if you push back on what they're claiming, then they try to like blame you for it. So I told Bader this, that I deliberately don't speak to people who blame me for things that I'm trying to change that require another person to be wanting to change it as well. So, for example, if I'm unemployed and I apply to over 100 jobs, and only maybe like 2, 3, 4 sit me down, have interviews, and they decide not to hire me, at a certain point, the burden of responsibility shifts to the employer, because if a person is applying to all those damn places, that's clearly someone who wants a different situation than what they're currently in. And I don't really know what else they can do other than apply. Are they supposed to stick a gun to these people's heads? But again, people will blame that person because they don't want to accept the idea that you can do everything that you should do to get something and then still get screwed. Vader says men don't fall in love with women, they fall in love with angels. Yeah, they really make some of these chicks out to be God. Because remember, they're like, you probably did this and women can tell. I'm like, man, if they were such great prognosticators of who to be with, you wouldn't have them getting slapped up by their men. So please cut that out. I love the people who say playing guitar guarantees you women after life, women for life, but it's gotten me nowhere romance wise. I've been playing for a year. Yeah, I'm not about to sit down there and play some instrument just so somebody might maybe agree to go on a date. Oh, but hey, you love it. It goes beyond that. Go to the gym, wear this shirt. Don't wear the things you need to see. Like, you have to make all these different changes to who you are on the off chance that the group of people who have turned you down over and over again will now suddenly flip. I understand what you mean, but I've never personally seen or heard of being rejected from that many jobs. Employment must be really trash. It is. I can actually send you a news article about the record levels of unemployment we're having at this point, and you still have people who will blame a single person for why it's this way. These are record levels of unemployment. It's like 10% unemployment, 20%. It's been increasing because people are getting laid off and places are shutting down a lot of their positions. So it's not just me. As much as my online detractors might like to think, it's been going on with other people as well. But again, they want to blame you because it all goes back to this thing of, oh, if you must be doing something wrong, since they don't want to accept that sometimes you can do everything you should do to get something and still not get it. Yeah, AOU, when I read that, I was like, really? You learn how to play guitar just to get abroad? Just to maybe get abroad? It's like, I've been practicing for a year and nothing is. It's like, yeah, because there's no magic. Like, listen, you could play guitar, banjo, the saxophone, and they don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. This magic skill that's just going to make me so appealing. It is the reason you said I've been playing for a year after mentioning that people were saying that guitars guarantee you women. So we caught you. You love has been exposed. But a certain person will try to call you broke because of your. Oh, he did. Hey, well, like I said, he can insult me and assume whatever he wants to about my wealth. I'm not the person that threatened to kill somebody's whole neighborhood on a stream, so I don't feel too bad about my living standard because he almost lost all of what he had last year when he did that trash. I'm not the person who made fun of someone after they killed themselves and then was bragging about getting a whole bunch of downvotes. That's like saying be my friend because I know how to do a backflip. Hey, AOU, I know you stopped calling me, but call me again because now I can skateboard. I'm the new Tony Hawk. No, I just hear people say it. I didn't get into it to get a woman specifically. Well, I would believe that, but we just obtained the secret tape of You Love at the store that sold him that guitar, and he explicitly stated he is trying to learn to get with a woman. So he's been exposed. He's been revealed. The covers have been pulled. But you don't have to believe it's a joke. Relax. We're not gonna. I'm not like the trolls in my in my comment section. I'm not gonna say. I bet if You Love would have learned how to play saxophone, it would have been an entirely different situation. Told you everybody in the chat always has 99 different like solutions for why something would be different. You picked the wrong instrument. So like people online, like they act so stupid for no reason. Imagine being 40 talking to someone who is in their 20s bragging about having more than them, like duh. Well, again, imagine being I mean, let's just use ages here. He's literally twice my age because I'm 22, he's 44. So imagine being twice someone's age, expecting them to, I guess, have almost as much as you or more than you. if I remember correctly, you're not when you're online, you're not supposed to brag about what you have because doesn't that increase the chances of you getting robbed? You know, someone made a video where he did a video where he was showing off his computer, and then somebody downloaded it, and then they put a laugh track over it. So he's like, "This is my computer." You must come from a royal family. Yeah, apparently. The pinnacles of aristocracy or whatever. But even if I did, it's like what does that have to do with it's not like I made a video claiming to be some wealthy person, so what does that have to do with the points I'm making? Remember, he said all of those things about a Dragon Ball video where I never discussed anything relating to what he was talking. Like he just completely ignored everything I was saying to cry about stuff that had nothing to do with anything. A certain mad person would be saying his house is better than yours, even if you live in a castle. Remember what he did to that streamer I told you about, where he was like, he's streaming from his closet. I know he is because if he didn't live at his parents' house, he would be streaming from his living room. So we're not going to talk about what he's saying. We're going to mention the fact that he has clothes behind him as like proof that he's in the closet, which again has nothing to do with the points being made. Bragging about a new computer on a YouTube video. I mean, I got a new computer almost 2 years ago. You didn't see me make a video. I mean, I was happy I had it because the other one broke, but I wasn't, just jumping for joy and saying I have so much better material than other people. I know this one guy, he has about maybe 6 or 7 computers just in this one room at his place. You don't see him making a video bragging about it or going, look how much better I am. You got to understand, he only has one computer in his house. He is too broke to buy another. Yeah, don't remind me, Nicole, or I don't even know what your name is. I'll call you Captain Wigington or whatever. That'll be your nickname over here. No, I noticed that you never see 2 computers at the same time. So maybe he trades one in for the other one. Like I said, I'm not the person who did a stream threatening to kill people over some YouTube comments, so I'm not ashamed. But yeah, people on this website just will have a problem with everything. But like I said, it's only when the chick stuff got mentioned that they really tried to paint this demonic picture of me for some reason. Because even with I know people are saying that a lot of the Antifa people, the rest of them are trying to cancel individuals and whatnot, but generally when I did political stuff, I didn't, outside of somebody saying you're stupid or whatever, you very rarely had a person try to insinuate that because you disagreed with them, there was, you were going to do some crazy stuff. A kind is living in some bizarro world. He streams in his living room and his wife puts makeup in her kitchen. What was your original reason for leaving his crew? Oh, because I was just in his server because he had opened it up last year, and then somebody made a joke about some clown in the server, and I put a laugh emoji, and then I got demoted by 3 ranks, and I'm like, so I'm getting demoted not by 1 rank, but by all. I went from top to bottom because of what someone else said. It's like, yeah, there's no way I'm staying in here. And that was literally 2 weeks before he, had his meltdown. But I still consider myself to be part of his group because I was just in the Discord server, and I even after I left, I did still watch his stuff. So it was only when he made the little stupid video attacking what I was sitting on that I was like, yeah, I'm not watching you anything. Oh, but he has 10,000 subs. I don't care if he had 10 million. I'm not checking that out anymore. It's over. I'm divorcing myself from your channel. Some stupid people kicked me. No, they didn't kick me out. I left. After I left, they tried to say they had kicked me out. Remember, Bader, a certain person who's been a certain rising YouTube star claimed that he removed me, even though I clearly remember pressing leave server and it's saying, "Are you sure?" and then me clicking that. See, what happened was they were upset that I wouldn't take the punishment of, feeling bad because of what somebody else said. But like I said, I don't know how to be responsible for what other people do, and that's been a growing theme online where, with that romance group, you have when you get accused of being a member of that group, that's so they can stop seeing you as an individual and as part of a bigger cog of people, so that they can blame you for what other people do. So let's say if I did a video where I said, "Hey, I'm part of this group, and this chick that did this is evil," that would just be a video of me explaining why I'm irritated by something. And then let's say another member of that group goes out and stabs somebody. You're part of his team, so you're going to do the same thing. That's why I said I have no use for these online groups. That's why I don't put their names in my titles, in the hashtags. They just have a mix between certain members and certain people who are, I guess, looking in. They want to take all the men who speak critically of things that women do and put you in this category so they can ignore, they can have like a monopoly on this opinion, which I think is really stupid because, again, I've never seen a group of people own an opinion before before this stuff happened here. You should be celebrating that got monetized. Don't make him descend to drama. Well, remember, he's the same person who was on live streams mocking people and all that trash, but then he's like somehow, like, he has like real life plot armor when it comes to drama. Like, I've never seen someone be that involved with drama and then be able to just go, "Shh, I'm not part of any of this." I like that nickname you gave him. Death Valley. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people who have real life plot armor. I was mentioning that Trump has real life plot armor because he wasn't wearing a mask, and then he would do these rallies where he wouldn't wear a mask, and he would still not get infected. So he has real life plot armor. He has to stick around at least until this election. Like, I'm glad he didn't catch it, but I know if I did that, I held a rally and was going around not wearing one with all these different people that might be infected, I would have it. he, he is not into drama. Yeah, he turns drama on and off like a light switch. He's that one person who can speak about drama but then not be into it. He's like the guy that reads Playboy for the articles. Remember that joke of people that read that that salacious magazine just for what the people are writing in there. Like, I'm just gonna ignore all these pictures of naked chicks. That has nothing to do with my enjoyment of this material. I didn't even acknowledge Music Fiend. Oh, Music Fiend. Just an update on the job situation. I got called on Thursday to go to an interview in a part of my state that I have, don't recognize having ever been to. So I type it in on Google Maps. These pricks, so I don't apply for places that are more than 20 miles away because at that point it's just too far. These people wanted me to speak to them at a location that is over 50 miles away from where I live. Um, and so I said, okay, let me see if I can get, what would it cost to have an Uber go over there? $70 to come there and 70 to go back. So if I were to miraculously get hired by these people, it would cost 140 to go from where I live to over there to work for a day. I tell you, this is like a joke. So I didn't even bother going because I couldn't afford to go down there. But I told you that it's just more and more, red herrings. Like, oh, these people want to interview me. Oh, they're literally halfway across the state. Damn. Yeah, Music Fiend. It was 69 to go and then 69 to come back to a place that's over. It was like 55 miles away from where I live, and I know I didn't apply there. So what happened was, the people, because I applied a whole bunch of them. One of them took my application and gave it to these other people. Like they recycled it for somewhere else. It's like I didn't apply there because it's too far. So what if I didn't apply there in the first place? Why would I now be interested in working there? Because you call me like stupid. It's like traveling across the world for. Well, again, it's just it costs too much. Like the means I have to get over there make it to where it's not something I can feasibly do over and over again. Devil's luck or God's protection. He truly is the chosen one. I'm surprised AOU never got it. What a miracle. Somebody told me that if I don't wear glasses, AOU will want to have a call with me again. I wonder if that's true. I'm testing it out. That'd be funny. I take him off. He just starts debating. He's like, should I speak to this person? Hmm. Like he goes from definitely not speaking to that person anymore to changing his mind. He is Jesus. Jesus from a new form. No, with Jesus tune a new form. Yeah, I'm gonna type my number on a YouTube live chat. That definitely is going to occur. I mean, come on, give me a break. Tune made an appearance. Oh, took. Oh, God, Jesus took a new form. Who the hell is this? Oscar Rask. I've never seen you before. Hey, they always ask the same questions over and over. They're like, how old is this person? How tall are you? What state are you in? What city are you in? What's your shoe size? Yeah. Hey, imagine you say that and then Chris Hansen shows up. He's like, sir, you came on the stream of a 7-year-old. You realize that? Maybe you should come over here and try to get a job because hearing about what's happened over there, the chance of you getting a job is like 0.06. Well, I told you that we've had record levels of unemployment. So, um, again, the problem with moving over there is the fact that it can't be a sure thing that I'll get one. So it's less about being entirely dedicated to staying over here and more about you go over there and then you can't find somewhere to live or a job and then you're screwed twice, like back and forth. Have a seat. How can I? Oh yeah, that's right. YouTube took the damn messages off. Um, Damn, let me think about it. Maybe I'll go on like your channel or something and like write it there on some video because you have the notifications enabled, I'm sure. Yeah, YouTube has made it to where you can't even give anybody anything anymore because they took off all the different ways to speak to somebody. No, he is a kid. Why would kids have a girlfriend? Hey, Beta, remember that chick that you said? I think somebody like used like had grabbed your phone and sent her something dumb, and then she was like trying to accuse you of trying to get with her, and you were explaining that someone sent that as a joke, and you're like, you look like a kid. Tell you, they always ask 99 questions. Like I don't even know if I have a chat anymore. I'm sitting down for some interview. It's the same ones recycled year after year. How old are you? What state do you live in? How tall are you? What's your blood type? When's your birthday? What's your zodiac sign? Are you left-handed or right-handed? Are you ambidextrous? Oh, Nicole, I had somebody do that about 2 months ago, and you can ask who was here for that? You can ask AOU, where some clown asked that question. And again, it's always another man asking that. Another supposedly straight man. Like you would think if someone's gonna ask me that, it would be a broad, right? Those are the only people who would actually be affected by it. I know his username, but it's not worth remembering. And you remember, he didn't even get banned for that. He got banned because he wrote, like if you don't get his jokes, you have a mental illness, which is crazy as hell. Could be into man. I mean, I guess that's because he got yanked for writing that if you don't get his jokes, you have a mental illness. I just thought that was too far. Like imagine me saying that if you don't watch my videos, you need to go back to the insane asylum. Like how weird would that be? He found out I wasn't available. I mean, he stopped writing after that, so maybe he can only accept magic women. Yeah, the ones that fall from the sky. That are more on my wavelength, as that dingbat said. So they love using words that nobody even understands. Or that they don't explain, like they just hide behind some big word. That's why I said they talk in riddles. The Magic Boy. That sounds like some failed name for a Nintendo system. Cause remember they have Game Boy, so they're gonna have Magic Boy, and then the controller is gonna look like some wand. That's what the Wiimote is. You just wave it around. They try to confuse you with big words. No, they try to say things that don't have an actual meaning and then make it sound like it makes sense with big words. It's like if I told James, which is AOU's name that he wants people to call him by, but I have a hard time remembering to refer to him in such a manner. I told him, I know you have, I don't know, I know you are hungry, but once you get to the 11th hour, your stomach will no longer feel so sour. It's like, what the hell are you saying? Are you saying that once it reaches a certain time, he's not going to starve anymore? Like, what? That's what they do. They hide behind some kind of wordplay to try to make you forget what they're even saying because they don't know what they're saying. They're just stating trash that means nothing. Speaking in riddles. Hey, remember Riddler's going to be in the Batman movie that's coming out next year, so you might see some of them in that movie. They'll have cameos. With my hands should I clap? Oh wait, that is crap, crap, crap. Yeah, that guy really vanished. He just came in here to ask two. Well, one question is all right. The other one is really invasive. But he came here to ask some questions, and then when I was like, "Hey, what is the point of this?" He was like Sonic. He sped out of here. He turned into a little ball. He did the spin dash. Went back to Green Hill Zone. We got cosplay Riddlers. Hey, we might have them at the next Comic Con. We have all these online Riddlers. I know he is. I really like Riddler from the games. That's how I became a fan of him. We can't dress as Batman and Joker anymore. Yeah, this is actually the third attempt at getting Riddler in a film, and the first one that's been successful in over 20 years. Because he was supposed to be in The Dark Knight Rises, and then they swapped him out for Bane. And he was supposed to be in Batman vs. Superman along with Joker and Luthor before they took out him and Joker. So that's three attempts now to have him in the film. So I guess third time. I'm just glad they finally are using him again in a film because they haven't used him in a long time. Since Batman Forever. A new take. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what they're even referring to by that. Every new film has a new take because it's new, which I am all excited for. I can just picture Bader just jumping around in his little green pajamas, his Riddler jamas. But yeah, a lot of people, and I'm going to explain this in this video, have this thing about trying to use what they know about someone against them. So if you get into an argument with somebody and they know you're not in a relationship, they try to like use the fact that you're not with anyone as proof that you're this bad person. And it's actually really funny because there have been a lot of serial killers and homicidal world leaders that have been in relationships. So if being with a partner is like such proof of someone being a good person or having all these great redeeming qualities, why do these other objectionably way worse people have partners? Riddle me this: what type of dudes constantly on a gossip site deleting a certain person's articles? I'm guessing you're referring to Wikipedia, to WikiPiss. I mean, I don't feel bad because they're the same ones who are dumb enough to have somebody write an article titled "Wikipedia does not need you" while begging you for money. You know, I know Bader knows what I'm talking about. You go on there and they're over there talking about we reserve the right to whatever the hell, but then they're saying they don't need you as they beg you for money. So they can delete your stuff, but then you're supposed to give them money at the same time. It's like, no. I'll give you my behind the kiss. That's what I'll reward you with. The money's good, but the editor isn't. I don't think so. Someone either donated a lot of money or they found out that e-begging isn't working. Well, they do it every couple of months. Like they took it off right now, but I've seen that ad. I have seen for at least 5 or 6 years now. It's in the entire time I've been on that site since 2011, I've seen that same stupid ad at least 6 times at this point. Every couple of months. Hey there, we noticed that you often use Wikipedia. We would like for to ask for a donation. You want a donation after your editors treat me like trash? I don't think so. There's a higher chance of me donating to the Resurrect the Nazis fund than your stupid site. Did so much for you, it's time you pay them back. No, it's more like I did so much for them and then they treat you like trash. That's why you made a video talking about how wonderful an experience it was. Yeah. And in Transformers, they actually have a universe called Shattered Glass where it's everything is upside down, like the Autobots are evil, the Decepticons are good. That's what that video you're talking about is in the Shattered Glass universe. Or I made a video in the present timeline or the real timeline saying, no, this website is awful. And then in the Shattered Glass universe, like, yes, this website was great. And then they don't in that universe, they don't beg you for money. The editors are gentlemen and no one deletes anybody's stuff, or if they do, they try to work together. And I like they'd have to be the complete opposites of what they are for me to try to talk about how great of a time I had on there. I'm just imagining like that alternate dimension where they actually do act nice. I'm like, what a great sight that would be. They probably saw that version of the video where you were praising them. I did think about sending that to the site's creator, but I opted not to because I doubt he'll even, watch it, even though it doesn't actually critique him at all. But you know how people are. Wikipedia is garbage. I've never ever thought about writing an article before, and after hearing what you said, I for sure know I'm never going on that trashy site. Well, I was reading, the Wigington article about yourself, and I was pretty astonished by some of the stuff on there. Is it true you're right-handed? Asking for some editors. I actually told one of the voice actors that I was on their page, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't know I had one." They didn't realize it was a joke. That you have to be notable to have one. Harlot in his 60s. No, it was Ho in his 60s. So you're not right-handed? I guess Wikipedia was lying. Yeah, there's a Nicole Tenshi article on there, and they said that you were right-handed. So I guess we have to go correct the mistake. I'm gonna go over there right now. I know I may be evil, but I'm gonna be a good Samaritan to make a contribution and change that. He doesn't use the internet. We are being family friendly. Hey, remember the same guy that's family friendly. To understand his channel, you have to watch To Catch a Predator first. No, I am right-handed. So they were telling the truth that you were right-handed. So they got you. So they're very accurate in their information. So they caught you. I'll have to change that so the article was telling the truth. Thanks to the wonderful, accurate people at Wikipedia. Like being on that site is like being in an abusive relationship. Like imagine adding content to a site where people tell you about how awful you are and how your edits are not notable and all this trash. And then the site begs you for money. So like your edits are supposed to be bad and we don't need you, as one of the articles says on there, but then we want to ask you for money every couple of months. Tenshi, please donate. Bader, please donate. Give us some coins so we can act like pricks on our little website that we wouldn't have to beg you for money on if we would just put some ads on there. I don't know who told you you could say the A word so much. You can only use the A word twice in a sentence. And you shake your head before you empty your bank account to assist Wikipedia in their donation scheme. You can't speak about court. Oh my God. You can't speak about court of Wiki Owls, for they will send Wiki Talon over your head. And they'll try to take Wiki Dick Grayson, huh? Yeah, when I read that, I was like, oh, we're going all in on the Batman villains, huh? I'll tell you, that website just drives me crazy. But again, like even for as bad as they were, they still didn't do what the romance people do. They still didn't try to say you're gonna blow up a building or shoot somebody or stab someone or rapes. Like none of that happened until you start talking about the chick stuff. That's only when you become truly villainous. Time to send a Talon to recruit. I don't think she's a him. I'm just gonna assume that. What did AI get into? Oh, you mean that automated computer? Yeah, Tony, we're gonna block you because you don't show up regularly, and every time you show up, you sound so confused. Like you can't just replay the stream from the beginning to know what I'm talking about. Because some people do that where they put the stream to where you can't pause it, or if you pause it, it goes directly to the part where the person's currently talking. So I should do that. I should have it to where when I'm speaking, you pause it and it goes to what the part I'm at currently is. I'm so flattered Kevin would say that. He must be feeling very generous today. Kevin, I am evil because I made the mistake of critiquing chicks. You can't do that unless you're a villain. That's why Music Fiend disappeared after he left his first comment, because he's currently being sentenced for daring to be critical of chicks at all ever. We're all going to jail after this stream. Investigating the court of Wiki Owls. Yeah, I've never seen a website where they some of them are like, "Oh, thank you so much for contributing." The other ones are like, "You shouldn't have even bothered." Man, the hell with you. Like they really made it a villainous thing to contribute to their damn site. But I told you, it's like they're probably the most. Even though on YouTube there are people who write little nasty comments, they're probably more dangerous than the ones on here, because people that write comments usually can't mess with the video because they control the website that most people go to when they look for information. They can get a lot of stuff deleted just by acting like clowns. Humans critique humans. No, well, remember, women are not humans. They're all-knowing gods who are able to find all of your imperfections and signify, if you get turned down by them, that you need to change who you are. So it's a human critiquing deities. The way some of these people talk about them on here. Yeah, Music Fiend this is his last day out of the slammer. I would have said I hope he doesn't go to prison, but since he doesn't comment in my videos, I hope they throw the book at him. Like this, and then just throw it at the screen. The Wiki Owls are always watching, looking to silence people. They're like, we're going to shut you up. You saw what Ho in his 60s did, where he wrote a bunch of paragraphs like over the course of a week. Like, I've never seen somebody write an essay on someone's talk page talking trash and like None of the moderators get involved. Just like, no, we're just gonna let this happen. But again, even with as stupid as that was, they didn't say any of the trash that the romance people do. Like the romance people basically are like this. Um, if you get turned down by chicks, you're supposed to feel bad about who you are. And if you don't feel bad about who you are, then that's the reason why you get turned down, because you can't self-reflect. And also, even though we have no proof that you're violent, or because I've mentioned before, I've never put my hands on anybody and stuff like that, we're going to accuse you of plotting shootings and bombings and all these different terrorist acts because some people who also had trouble with chicks did that. Even though you're completely a pacifist, but you're definitely going to start these violent acts at some point. We don't know when. We just know eventually it'll happen because we're crazy like that, and we can predict the future. If you get cheated on, then you aren't satisfying these divine maidens enough. Well, yeah, they always find a way to spin it to where they can be like sympathetic toward the broad. At OK, I don't know who OK is, but he couldn't see your message because he's not here. So if a man cheated on a woman, he would be a bad person, and I would probably agree with that, because why are you with someone that you want to cheat on? But whatever. If a broad does it, you didn't satisfy her enough. She was having an emotional affair. It's like, man, give me a break. She was cheating because she saw somebody with a bigger salami, or was, and decided that was worth more than the person she was with. Yeah. Kevin just randomly is talking about smoking and doing drugs. And I was talking to that clown with the what state was she in? I shouldn't say her state. The one that the no good deed goes unpunished one. That idiot was so shocked that I've never been drunk or drank or whatever the hell. She was like, "You've never been drunk?" I was like, "That's really a shock to you? Really?" I'm the first person in human history that decided they weren't going to bother with alcohol. That's some thing that's never happened prior to my existence. Seriously. Told you, people on here, if you don't do what they do, it's made out to be this amazing, shocking thing. Well, yeah, when we would speak, she would, do all that crap. But if you don't do what she does, it's like some huge big shock. I can't believe it. Someone doing something that I don't do, who would have guessed? I'm so astonished. 7 weeds. That sounds like some video game. We have Final Fantasy 7 and 7 weeds. Collect the 7 weeds to get the weed dragon out, and he can make a weed wish. Just like the 7 Chaos Emeralds. No, she was acting completely shocked. Like when I said I don't drink or that I haven't been drunk or whatever. It's like, what? She was more shocked about that than the audiences were when Vader turned out to be Luke's dad. It's like, huh? Like her heart was about to jump out of her chest. When I became the first person in U.S. history to not drink or have ever attempted it. Well, again, music fiend, it's not about what you've been as far as inebriated. It's the fact that someone would get shocked that a person hasn't experimented with it. Like they just said, I'm not interested, and that's it. It's like, oh my God. I can't believe this has never occurred. Told you, people, anytime you do something they don't do, it's like a big shock. Falls off chair. That's her. And remember in the cartoons where somebody says something, I guess, crazy, and then they all fall to the floor and you can see their feet. You know what I'm talking about, where they fall to the ground and their feet are sticking up? That's what she did. This person has never gotten drunk before. You don't do and believe in things I don't do or believe. Yeah. I told you about 3 years ago, I had a relative who insulted me for liking politics. And this other one was like, you know, uh, they're not into this stuff and it's okay because we're into it. I'm like, idiots. If somebody insults me for who I am and expects me to be tolerant of who they are, they can go to hell. Because we're not going to play this one-ended street game of you accept somebody and they don't accept it. Like, that's stupid. Yeah. I don't need drinking advice from the comment section. Thank you. Okay, Music Fiend says, I've been completely sober since 2013. I just out of preference, and people look at me weird for that. Yeah. How dare you do something they don't do? Also, if you swear you are a cheap person raised from a gutter, not like you can think differently, believe in what I believe in. If you say bad words, you're a cheap person. I tell you, they get so mad when you do something they don't do or don't do something they do. And again, a lot of people, I'm not going to say most people swear, but I think so many of them do it to where it's not like a strange thing. Like, you realize it's actually stranger to study uh, like outside of school than it is to open your legs and have kids you can't afford. Like, just think how disturbing that is. But we didn't ask for your recommendation. If you keep talking like this, we're gonna substitute you for the Kevin from Ed, Edd n Eddy, the one with the red hat. I'd rather talk to him. These people don't come out of a womb; they come out of a gutter. I don't know who said that, but that is pretty morbid. He was born in the junkyard. Let's see what else is here. I think we've reached the end point of the stream. So, Bader, do you want a VC after this or what? Only smoke Miller High Life if he gets sponsored. Yeah, imagine I just have the little drink next. Like, this stream is sponsored by Miller High Life. I have to drink the cigarette, and then Red Bull. Yeah, I'll get right on that, Music Fiend. Get him a sponsor. Yeah, he's gonna go run over to the company that makes that and bang on the door and demand they give him a link to a stream I did and be like, oh my god, we can sell so much. Anyways, I'll put up a DB video this week. Might do 2 of them. I don't know for sure. Definitely, I've got about 5 or 6 different relationship ones I'm trying to space out, but I'll probably put one of those up tomorrow. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for showing up. Have a good rest of your Saturday, and I appreciate the attendance to the videos of such a devious, evil character.